God, do I aspire to that and fall short. All signal, no noise. Come on, Bob. That's
Well,
amazing.
I'm doing my best. I'll tell you what, the thing
That's
is, if you
incredible.
focus on it, you do it in small degrees, right?
Mm.
You do it by small degrees. And it took me more than 20 years to achieve that. But that's the result of 20 years of carefully seeing this down to its absolute essence. That's the thing. And that's just one of the, I feel like that's my big contribution to this whole thing is to the whole field of PEMF. I didn't invent it or anything, but what I did do was say, of the entire universe of electromagnetism, it's this one little thing that has the profound biological effect. You got to have the whole thing, but you don't need to add anything to it to get the maximum benefit. And
That's huge right there.
yeah,
In a world full of people overdoing everything, over breathing, overacting, over exerting, over connecting, over networking, signal to noise ratio. Just want to leave it with that. Lastly, if I'm interested in going on micro-pulse.com and checking out some of this stuff, what would be the best? Is it the A9? That's where I entered. Is it the M1? Who's using the A9? Who's using the M1? And who's using the C5? Just for everyone listening and
so
watching.
I actually, there's four of them. There's another one called a B5, which allows you to program it. Okay, we don't want to talk about that. Don't anybody ever buy that one, because that's what I use for research. And occasionally I run into a kook who says, I want to do research. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, I'll let you use one of these.
Can you just
But that's,
imagine though what you could do designing your own pulses and putting them on your head? How could
well,
that
the thing is, don't use it because it doesn't work any better than the A9, the M1, or the C5. But it's there, perennial. Just I have to see for myself. But I actually, to answer your question directly, okay, the A9 is generation 5.0 ICES. I improved the circuit a fair amount, so it's a little more electronically efficient. Can use a battery for longer. It can be a little bit smaller, right? But functionally, biologically, it's really not any better. So we kept the A9 because it just runs on a 9-volt battery. It's very robust. People will tell me,
I gave it to
yeah,
my parents, man. My parents live with an A9. That was mine after surgery.
yeah.
That's how much I
Well,
love them. I'm like, take this. You need it.
construction workers, people like me working in a machine shop and different things, yeah, you can beat the hell out of them and they keep going. And it's really simple. You turn it on and it works. You don't have to adjust a bunch of different things. So the A9 is the place to start. And I've got it so that it's got the best of the best that I can put into the simplest. I took the best thing that I could possibly take that works for the most people for the most different things with one button and put it onto the A9. And that works for like almost everyone for almost everything that PMF is going to work for. Then if you want more, if you want to think about things like brain entrainment or doing research on different kind of frequency patterns and things like that, or if you're super hypersensitive, for example, and you need more control over intensity, things like that, then there's the M1, or if you need more out just coils, just outputs, the C5. But where the entry door and the cheapest one, the least expensive one, is the A9. Yeah, that's where you want to start. And I still use it. That's why I carry it around in my pocket all day long, and it keeps my surgical site swelling down for my hip my replacement.